Hey friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am finally here to close out my moving out budget. So I'll be doing a moving out budget results. I have been saying how I've been wanting to get this video up ever since. Well, let's see. I moved out in the beginning of August and I think I had expenses for all of that up until like September, just because there was delays with things that I purchased from Target and them not getting shipped to my apartment. And there was just a lot of delays with like furniture and things like that. So that's kind of why I kind of put this budget results video on hold into the month of October. But I am finally here. I have both of my sticker sheets. Well, honestly, I don't think I'm going to use the spending tracker, but I did use both of these for August and September since I did have, moving out expenses in both of those months. But I'm not going to be using it for this month because I've already kind of closed it out in the month of July. But I kind of just wanted to set up my moving out budget spread once again in the month of October, just so that you guys can see what it is that I had started out with, what my budget was, and what the actual numbers were as well. These are, if you guys are new to my channel or haven't checked in since that moving out budget video, this is my budget planner and this is how all of the pages have looked for this month. As always, I'm using my Plum Paper monthly planner as my budget planner, and I think I'm gonna film or make my debt snowball spread on this page. So I think I'll just end up doing it on this one, and I might just end up taking this page out. There's a lot of pages that come in this monthly planner, so I honestly have not been filling all of them out, which is completely fine, and if I'm not going to use it, I'm just, I think, going to tear it out. But I did have some extra washi from this month, so that is what I'll be using for the moving out budget spread. So like I mentioned, I did make a moving out budget video, and this was, I think, prior to me moving out. In that video, I really prepared myself, I want to say, because I looked at all of the things that I would need or that I would want, and kind of like the pricing and all of that. So I was very realistic with my budget, as well as you guys know, I had help because I didn't just, let's say, move out on my own. I moved out with my boyfriend, so I was lucky in that sense that I could split everything with someone else. And it actually worked out, and I was just under my moving out budget and kind of the savings that I had been accumulating this past year, which I will actually let you guys know in this video what that was. It comes with a header for your moving out savings, a header for your moving expenses, which has your budget, actual, and variance, the totals for that. And then at the bottom you can put your moving out savings minus your moving out expenses and how much you have left over, which honestly, whatever I had left over in that, it's just going to go back to my savings, to be honest, because I did spend quite a bit on moving out. As expected, I knew from the beginning that moving out was going to be expensive, so I'm happy that I had, enough money to cover everything, and that I was, once again, very realistic with what my budget was and what I wanted, and kind of made it work like that. So I did change the washi there because I just thought the glitter one looked a little bit better up there. But I'm gonna go through all of my moving out expenses that I started with in July. So I'm not gonna change anything because I think I pretty much covered all of my bases. I'm gonna start with the deposit. Then we had the application fee. First month's rent, which something like the first month's rent, I could have easily just not tracked it here because I tracked it in my monthly budget, but that's okay. We're just gonna put that there. Then I had a U-Haul because I did have quite a few things from my shop. And then we had the bed frame, and the mattress. Then we have a refrigerator because you need one of those. We had the couch set for our living room, of course. Dining set. which all of these things, I'm actually going to be making an apartment tour video pretty soon, just because it's pretty much all furnished by now. But if you guys have seen like any of my cleaning videos or whatnot, then you guys kind of already seen the place a little bit. But I do want to go into detail as to where I got things and whatnot, because here you guys will only be seeing like the prices that I got them for. But if you guys actually want to get them, because I know some of the things are still available, then you guys will be able to get like direct links for that in that video. Okay, we have dining set, dresser, nightstands, center tables. I actually ended up going with a set of 3. So center tables, we have the TV stand, appliances, then I had a miscellaneous section for every kind of room of the apartment. So we have a kitchen miscellaneous. We had a living room. Miscellaneous. A bedroom. Miscellaneous. And a bathroom miscellaneous. So those were all of my categories, and to be honest, all the expenses that I had moving out, I'm just gonna leave a little bit of space there. But those were all the expenses. Made my lines really quick, and then I will go ahead and just now use that last little washi strip to break up our moving expenses from our last little header. Perfect. So let me now go ahead and write out the budgeted amounts that I had for all of these expenses. So for deposit, that was $1,000. Application fee was $40. First month's rent, or my part of it, is $800. U-Haul, I budgeted $170. The mattress as well as the bed frame, we budgeted $1,300. Refrigerator, or at least the one that we wanted or we're looking to get, was around $700. Then we have the budgeted amount for the couch set, which was $1,000. Budgeted amount for dining set was $600. Dresser was $350. Nightstands were $500. Center table was $200. TV stand was $300. Appliances, we budgeted $250 for that. Kitchen miscellaneous, also $250. Living room miscellaneous was $200. Bedroom $200. And last but not least, bathroom miscellaneous, we also budgeted $200. So in total, for the budgeted amounts for all of our moving out expenses, that was a total of $8,060, which sounds like such a crazy number. And off the bat, I'm gonna tell you guys that that's not even the amount of moving out savings that I had. That's like way beyond what I had saved. So I'm just gonna tell you guys off the bat how much I have saved from the beginning of the year up until I was ready to move out in August, and that was around $4,000. So this was specifically a fund for moving out. So this was what I had saved up until the moment that I was ready to apply for an apartment, get all my furniture, get all my things, and just be ready to go to move in. So those were my moving out savings, and now I'm going to go ahead and go through the actuals and kind of explain what I paid or what I didn't pay, because once again, I did split most of the things with Paul since we did move out together. So first off, I actually didn't have to pay for the deposit. Paul actually paid for that, as well as I didn't have to pay for the application fee. I did pay the $800 because that is my part of rent. The U-Haul I did pay for because it was mostly for my things. I don't think Paul really even took anything in the U-Haul. And it ended up being a little bit over budget. So I actually spent $180 for that. And that also included like boxes, packing tape, and all of that. So that was $180. Then we did split on buying the mattress and bed frame. So he ended up buying the mattress and I just ended up buying the bed frame, which I got an overstock for $307, which with 96 cents, which off the bat I'm gonna tell you guys that the quality of that bed frame, although it's cute, I just know that we're gonna have to possibly buy another bed frame when we move out of this apartment because the quality is just not 100% there. And I mean, we only paid $300 for it, and that's why. So that I took care of. Then for the fridge, we actually didn't end up paying anything, neither I or Paul, just because the fridge was kind of a hand-me-down from Paul's brother. He was living in an apartment with his college roommates, and so they had all pitched in to buy the fridge, and once they moved out because of COVID, nobody really wanted the fridge anymore. And so it was perfect because the fridge had been in Paul's parents' garage for like a couple of months, and it was just perfect that we were moving out and the fridge was there. So his brother actually gave it to us for free, so we didn't have to pay anything for the fridge, which I'm really thankful for. So that was amazing. We didn't have to spend on that. Then for the couch set, Paul actually ended up paying for the sofa that we got, but I ended up paying for the accent chair that I wanted. So that ended up being $313 with 22 cents. Then for the dining table set, I paid for the actual table as well as 2 chairs, and Paul paid for the other 2 chairs. So my part of that in total was $372 with 2 cents. Then for the dresser, we are going to be splitting it in half, and for like things like the dresser, the nightstands, center tables, and TV stands, we got all of those from Ashley's, which I'm really glad that I did. And although these were more on the pricey side of things, you can definitely tell that the quality is there and that all those things will last us for quite a while because the quality is really amazing. I really love all the things that we got from Ashley's. So for the dresser, we ended up splitting that, and my part of that is $347 with 87 cents. Nightstands Paul took care of because I took care of paying for all the center tables, and 3 center tables in total were $272 with 24 cents. The TV stand we did split, so my part was $336 with 77 cents. For appliances, we didn't really intend on buying any appliances really because the apartment did come with a washer, dryer, and a microwave, as well as a stove. So the only things that we got were like a crock pot, a blender, and so Paul took care of those, and I took care of the pots and pans that I really wanted, which we got some Rachel Ray ones, and I've been like hyping up those Rachel Ray pots and pans because they are that good, and I'm glad that I spent as much as I did on them. So I know pots and pans are not necessarily appliances, but since I didn't have to take care of the other 2 things that were appliances, I'm just going to include it in this section. So I spent $161 with 61 cents on those pots and pans, which I am completely in love with. I love those pots and pans. So that was it for appliances. For kitchen miscellaneous, I ended up spending a total of $171 with 64 cents, which of course I wasn't the only one who spent for things for the kitchen, but there was a ton of things that we didn't have. We did have a couple of things like, you know, for utensils, so like knife, forks, and stuff like that, but also like when we had people over, I ended up buying more silverware as well as just plates and stuff like that. So that ended up being $171 with 64 cents. And then for living room miscellaneous, that was a total of $228 with 62 cents, and that ended up being things like the accent pillows, as well as I was over budget, and I think the main reason is because I ended up buying a steam mop with all of the extra pads and whatnot for it. And I actually have used that steam mop quite a bit around the house, so I'm not mad about that purchase, but that was something that I definitely, now looking back at it, didn't need. So that's the reason that I was over budget on living room miscellaneous. And then for bedroom miscellaneous, I ended up spending a total of $103. And last but not least, for bathroom miscellaneous, I ended up spending $181.54, and those were things like cleaning products, shower curtains, Bath and Body Works soaps, and just things like that. All of that adds up, and I'm glad that since the beginning I was tracking all of my spending with every single one of these categories, and I'm now able to close out this budget with you guys. It just makes me really happy, and I can't wait for you guys to see. I actually was under my moving out savings budget that I had, which makes me really happy. So let's go ahead and add up all of my actuals. Well, let me write down the variances first. So I was under, of course, by $1,000, $40, nothing there. Then I was over by $10 and under by $992.04, $700 here, $686.78, $227.98, $213, $500. I was over on the center tables because instead of just getting one, I got the set of 3. So I was over by $72.24. And then I was also over on the TV stand. Our TV stand was pretty pricey, I'm not gonna lie. So I was over by $36.77. I was under by $88.39. For kitchen miscellaneous, I was under by $78.36. Living room, I was over by $28.62. Bedroom miscellaneous, I was under by $97. And bathroom miscellaneous, I was under by $18.46. So those are all of the differences. So as you guys can see, I was under by a lot just because, once again, I basically split most of the things with Paul, as well as I didn't have to pay things like deposit or application fee myself, or even like the fridge. So that actually all helped out a lot. And I'm now going to go ahead and add everything. So in total, I spend $3,776.49. And just to make sure that it matches with the variances, I'm gonna add all of the numbers I was under. So 778 plus 227, 98, 213, 500, 88, 39, 78, 36, 97, 18, 46. Minus 10, minus 72.24, minus 36.77, minus 28.62. That would mean that my variance is $4,283.51, which, let's actually check. Yep, that adds up. Okay, so the variance is under by $4,283.51. So as you guys can see, I was able to stay under my budget of $4,000 as my moving out savings, and I'm going to now subtract my savings for my expenses, and that is a total of $223.51, which went straight into my savings. Well, actually, these were already in my savings, just as a different bucket within my Ally online banking account. So this is the amount that I was under by considering how much I had in my moving out savings. So all in all, I'm really happy that you guys were here throughout my whole journey of budgeting for moving out, as well as me saving money since the very beginning of January, because I was able to save $4,000 for my savings account. So as always, I want to thank you guys, because I wouldn't have probably been able to move out without all of your support. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Please, as always, do not forget to give it a huge thumbs up, as well as subscribe to my channel. And if you are planning on moving out in the future, I do want you to take into consideration not only how much I spend, because we're all, I think, in a different situation. You know, I wish that I had like a lot of family here in California that could, you know, hand me down all of their furniture. But to be honest, I don't have a lot of family, and the family that I do have, I don't think they had like furniture to give me. But I mean, I'm just happy that I was able to do this, and I know that I didn't do it by myself either. I know that I had help from Paul, and I think just having him there and just us helping one another is also another thing that I am very grateful for. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Please take care out there, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye guys.